This is a live edition of Friday morning for Anvil Music and Media. If you don't know who I am, my name is Brett. I represent this channel. We discuss all things, or mostly Apple products, reviews. We give resources. We're just here to help anybody with their questions if they have any technology, computer related, small IT stuff. I do not have an IT degree. No, I don't have a degree in figuring it out, whatever I need to figure out. So today I'm really excited about this live, and really excited to share with you some news that happened this week for me. A couple different things. I'm also going to talk about a couple different happenings and things that are going on in the technology world. We're starting off with these iPhone wars that just keep happening. Apple and Samsung, and Android, and we're always gonna have phone wars. There's always gonna be a new phone, and I don't know how many times, I don't know how many ways you can make a hamburger, right? You've got McDonald's, Burger King. Who's the other one that I'm missing? Five Guys. I don't know. Wendy's. How many different ways can you make a hamburger? Well, the great way, the cool thing about it is the hamburger is the same, but it's just how you process it, how you do actually make it. So hamburgers have nothing to do with iPhones, but I'm just explaining the whole principle of marketing, and that you can be your own. You can have your own brand, your own name, and still sell pretty much the same product. It's just how you market it. Apple, of course, has done that very well throughout the years. They've done an awesome job of marketing their phones. They're obviously the leader in the world of smartphones, and the world of smartphones is so huge, right? Literally everybody has a smartphone, so it's kind of not it's not that hard to get into that market if you're a technology company. Elon Musk and Tesla have flirted with the Tesla phone for years, so he's got his hands busy. So I'm not sure if that's gonna come to fruition, if that's gonna happen. But yeah, you got the iPhone 17 that's coming out, and they keep sort of toying with the cameras and how the iPhone is gonna look. Also, it's rumored, and I've seen it, and it almost looks like the Pixel phone, which is kind of weird, kind of interesting. That they would have the same external design as the Google Pixel. It's, the thing about these phones is you're only going to be able to do but so much. There's only so much you can add to it. I wish, personally, because I'm kind of on Apple side, right? I wish that Apple would do a little bit better when it comes to pushing their phone out in the market and marketing better iPhone products. So anyway, now the design and what they're seeming to focus on, what their focus is rather, is the exterior design and the camera of the phone. So I don't really get into all of that computer tech stuff. I'm in it, but it doesn't really interest me. I deliver the news, and I'll let you know what's going on with it, because people just want the latest phone, and they're kind of on that hamster wheel. So anyway, let me know. Excuse me. Let me know in the comments where you're watching from, where you're watching this live from. give me your place. You have to give me your location, but yeah, let me know where you're watching from today. So specifically, the Galaxy S25 is now looks like it's going to be rivaling the new iPhone 17. They're supposed to be both released this year. The play here is ultra thin. The phones have to be ultra thin. It looks like that's going to be the marketing ploy now. If you don't know already, Apple released a Mac Mini M4 back in October, and this thing like can fit in the palm of my hand. It's very small and very compact. It fits on the corner of your computer, and it doesn't take up any space whatsoever. And so I'm all cool. I'm not that impressed about how small you can make a product. I just want it to be able to work. So that's my main. That's all I really care about. Like, just make it work. It needs to have all the specs that I need, and I'm on board. Just as fate would have it, the Mac Mini has very good specs, starting at $599. But I'm just talking about how small and how compact that computer is, and these products are getting again. So they go to small to big, or small to medium to big, back to small. It's like not rocket science here, right? They got to figure out a way to get you to buy their product and for you to spend the money that's necessary. So that's that news. I'm like super excited because I literally just purchased an iMac, and I'm like, oh man, and it's a new iMac that I just purchased. Let me just tell you, it's new to me, but it's also not so new, right? So before you jump on me and say, oh my goodness, you purchased a fossil of a computer, this iMac is like a 2018 iMac. It has 40 gigs of RAM. I think it's an i5 or i7. It's still an Intel Mac, and I mean, this is gonna be my workhorse. Yes, it's old. I understand that, but people don't really understand. People don't realize that you can get an old computer within 5 years of today's date, and that old computer will still have all of the perks of the new computers. You'll still be able to download your operating system, the latest. I'm trying to remember what the latest operating system is. I can't even remember. Is it Sequoia? I think it's Sequoia. And like I drive a Toyota, so I'm like, I know I was like, it's not Toyota, but I remember the word association because I have a Toyota car. So, but the Sequoia is the latest. I was about to say Highlander, but that's not it. But yeah, you can purchase unused, and that's exactly what I did. I went out and purchased. I needed something. So what happened was my older iMac, it was sort of running out on space. I only had like 200 or 300 gigs, and I got to the point where I was switching out files, trying to save files in external hard drives, and leave enough space, because they tell you. And here's another tip: when whatever Mac or computer that you have, if it's an Apple computer, iMac, a Mac Mini, MacBook Pro, Mac Air, whatever, you need to have at least 30, I would say no less than 30% of your hard drive. You need to have space enough for your programs to work, believe it or not, because all of your apps and your programs that you use, they actually use your hard drive. They use the space in your hard drive to be able to run, not just your CPU or your RAM. So all of these things are 3 different things it needs, an app needs to run and run effectively and smoothly, and you're not seeing the beach ball. I hate the beach ball. Oh my God. But in order for you to, especially if you're like programs that I'm using, I'm in Adobe software. So, we've got programs such as InDesign. We got Adobe, oh my goodness, Adobe Premiere. I said InDesign. Programs like that really take up CPU. Really are really heavy on using CPU and RAM as well. And this Mac, believe it or not, was like $400. $400 for this. It was a steal. I also will not purchase a computer unless it's more than 32 gigs of RAM. This RAM was 40 gigs. So these Macs, believe it or not, these are the last Intel Macs that you can actually upgrade your RAM. I believe you can upgrade your RAM. I think you can upgrade your can you upgrade your external? Yeah, I think so. But these are the last ones. The newer Macs now, you can't upgrade. You can't upgrade anything. Just won't be able to do it. So but yeah, so that the old iMac that I have now is I'm just gonna use that for I'm gonna basically just use that for like my business stuff. I'm gonna continue to run like my business and bank accounts and all that. And this is gonna be specifically, this new iMac is gonna be for all of my editing stuff. So I can kind of separate, since I already kind of like have my personal stuff on the other iMac. So I don't know how many of you guys, most people don't have the money to have to purchase more than one computer. I mean, I have a MacBook Pro also that I use, and I use that on the go. And I've been using it a lot lately. When I first bought it, it wasn't like, for me, it didn't look like I was gonna need it that much, but I'm so glad I did, because yeah, I've been traveling late. Like I've been almost every weekend this year. I've been away from somewhere. This is actually the first weekend I'm going to be home. So, and I've got some other traveling schedule stuff that I got to do, that I've got to get into in February. So, just having a solid computer on the road with you is like, it's just like having a computer at home. Like seriously, like it is. You have it, especially if you have the same programs on it. And my overall objective is all about time. Like, you gotta have the time. I need my time. In other words, I don't need to be wasting on trying to figure out, like, oh my goodness, can I borrow somebody's computer, or I need to go to a computer lab? No, I need my computer right then and there. So the exciting news for me was, yeah, I purchased an iMac, man, and it's I literally had to almost turn my studio. So I have a production studio. I turned it into like a lab. So I've got like a few iMacs just lined up, and this Mac is gonna, man, it's gonna be great once I get it up and running. It's already up and running. Apple products, like, you just turn them on and you're ready, right? So interesting story behind that, and I tell you guys all the time, check out eBay for used products. Like, I know there are other content creators out there that are getting, oh yeah, the Mac M1 or the Mac M4, and yes, I'm all about that. If you have the money, right? If you have the money to spend that type of cheddar, because you're going to be spending over $2,500 for the specs that I need. You can get right in at a baseline price, pretty decent, pretty cheap. But for the price that for the Mac that I'm looking for, then I kind of gotta go use. You know, it's just like a car. Like you get a, you know, back in the day it was like Toyota or Honda. You gotta use Honda or Toyota, like you know you're gonna be running for a while because you know you need it to drive. You're not necessarily looking for the flash. I ain't looking for the flash because I'll make this money. I'll make my money back that I spent on that in less than, you know, in like 2 weeks with the stuff that I'm doing. So it definitely services my needs. And but yeah, the story is on that. I went to eBay, and I just every now and then, like I'll go on eBay and I'll just like check and be like, just browse. And it just so happened, man, it was like eBay has an auction time where you know, the seller puts up the item for, let's say, 5 or 6 days, and this one only had like a day left. So I was like, or 24 hours left, and it was like, price was right around $400. Still, let me tell you guys, it was a steal. So I put that thing on a watch list. I tested the waters because when I auction, I always like test to see, like, so I knew I was definitely interested in buying the iMac. So what I did was I placed a bid on it, and then once I placed a bid, okay, I became the highest bidder. That's cool. That was pretty sweet. It was like $415, the price, I think. And then I just waited, and then that next day, man, I mean, bidding, like eBay bidding is still fun for me. It's really cool because you're like, oh man, am I gonna get it? You know, I really want it. It depends on how much you are willing to pay and how much you really want whatever you're bidding on. And so that next day, it was still the same price. I think somebody else had bid it like $5 over or whatever, but. And then yeah, I just bid it over. That's the thing, you bid what you want to pay for it, and not anything more. Maybe a little bit more, because I mean, what's $10 or $15 more? So I bid on it, and you know, I got the computer, and it came like literally the next day. So these computers are Apple computers that are old, still work. Let me address some of the comments. Yasmin Phyllis says, what are you talking about? So if you go back to my just watch this live, go back to the beginning of the video. I talked about the iPhone 17 and the Samsung S25 a little bit. I talked about that a little bit earlier. I mean, I'm just up here I'm talking about like life and just purchasing an iMac computer. Saud said, yo, hey man, how's it going? I'm good. How are you doing, Saud? He says, can you make me a favor? Can you do me a favor? Yeah, I don't know what you need, man. You got any questions? What you got? I was trying to address Lefo. Hey y'all, thanks for joining today. Appreciate you. It's a good Friday. I'm heading into my daily activities and responsibilities. Yeah, so but yeah, guys, that was the exciting news for me. I'm gonna get off this live and head in here. I appreciate you guys for joining. Those of you who are for the first time, if you like, subscribe to the channel. You'll see that, you know, I've got plenty of videos up there. So I've been doing this content thing for some time now, and I believe you're gonna get something from one of my videos at least. Saud says, am I a taxi driver? No, I'm a taxi driver for my kids. I Uber my kids, but no, I do not drive taxis. I just happen to be in the car. This is a space and a place where I'm on the way to. I'm actually, yeah, I'm on the way to work. I'm at work now. This is my day to come into work, so I use this as my time to sort of talk to you guys. So no taxi for me. Um, I'm not a taxi driver, but yeah. Once again, guys, thank you so much for joining. I'm gonna head in, and I will see you guys. Don't forget to subscribe to the channel. Let me know any questions that you have. Like this video if you get a chance. If you haven't watched it, go back to the beginning and watch it once it uploads. Once it uploads to YouTube, and we'll definitely we'll see you. We'll see you soon. Anybody have any questions before I get off? Sayu says, where do I live? I live on the East Coast, so I'm in the U.S., in the United States. And it's been quite a month already here. So yeah, that's where I live, on the East Coast. All right, guys, y'all take it easy. We'll talk to you soon. Bye.